Hi everyone, Matt Barrier here, aka Mr. Nobody. Thank you again for joining me, and joining me every week, taking this journey. I have an amazing story I'm so excited to tell you all about. I know some of you have been waiting several weeks to hear this, but it's on forgiveness. And I was actually able to forgive the person, and actually I asked for forgiveness from this person just a few days ago, and it's crazy how much it's changed my life just in the last couple of days. But first, I need you to promise me that no matter what it takes, you're not going to give up on your dream, and you just have to outlast it. You're just going to have to get through it, but you're going to have to change. And a lot of us are in the situation we're in right now because we're not willing to change. And that's what a lot of it has to come down to is just taking that first step and just changing. And the first 6 or 7 videos we've done up until now have been focused heavily on building a solid foundation. But today I want to talk about taking action and forgiveness. So I need you, if you're watching this video, I need you to take action. Today is the day. I need you to close your eyes for me, and I need you to see this, and I need you to visualize this. But I want you to think about the word forgiveness, and I want you to think about a situation where you maybe acted out of character. And whether someone provoked you to act that way or not, or someone else was in the wrong first, just think about that situation. Maybe it was with your parents, with your wife, your kids. Maybe it was a friend. Maybe it was just an acquaintance. But think about that, something that's keeping you up. Maybe not every night, but once a week you're thinking about this situation. And every time you see this person, there's a little animosity between each other. Think about that person. And then I want you to imagine that person being gone. I want you to think about that, your wife passing away or your kids passing away. Heaven forbid. Maybe your parents. But think about them not being here anymore. And I just wanted to get you to visualize that and put it into perspective that it's not worth it to hold those emotions and keep them bottled up. So, I need you to do something for me. I need you to start thinking about, maybe it's today. Maybe today's the day for you. Maybe it's this weekend, or maybe it's next week. But I have something beautiful planned for next week's video. But I need you, to give me some feedback and to start working on your forgiveness story and thinking about who you're going to ask for forgiveness from. And I need you to see it. I need you to visualize it. And I'm a living testament that if you dream it, if you visualize it, if you can imagine it, you can have it. With track and field back in high school, I visualized winning state and winning a state championship. I closed my eyes before every event, and I imagined winning. I visualized that process, and it happened. I imagined getting to the next level and going to the University of Louisville to compete, and that's where I got. With the company I'm at, with my company, I imagine and visualize us getting here. Same thing, you might think I'm crazy, maybe you already do, but when I was 12 years old, I imagined my wife and my family, what it was going to look like when I got older. And it's eerily similar to that of which I imagined back when I was 12 years old. So it's crazy the power of your mind. And so, when you're hungry, miracles, they happen, but you have to be hungry and you have to know your why. And until then, until you know your why, you're just going to be going through the motions. And for me, my why was there was too much energy going into the negativity and the negative emotions between me and this other guy. And my why is I want to improve all of the relationships that are around me. And my story, it started about 10 years ago with this guy, and we were both coaches for the opposite team, and I thought he crossed the line. He was telling his kids to, it was borderline him telling his kids to hurt the kids on my team, and I just thought it was just a little over the line. And so at the end of the game, I didn't shake his hand. And I mean, it caused a huge uproar. I mean, it got very, very intense. And to this day, every time we saw each other out, there was some animosity between us. And so just the other day, our sons now, 10 years later, they're on the same football team. And so I went up to the man and I shook his hand. I told him, I'm glad we're on the same team this year. And I asked for his forgiveness. I didn't tell him that I forgave him because, that just wasn't my goal. So I actually, even though I feel like he was in the wrong, I acted out of character and I asked for his forgiveness. And you wouldn't believe just the walls that you could just see come down and the relief in his eyes. And it's crazy. He said that he was so sorry how he acted. And he was in the wrong. And so, I'm really anxious to see how all that negative energy that we once had is going to change for the better, and how just positive of a year we're going to have with those positive emotions and that positive energy that we both have. When we combine that and put it towards a common goal, I'm anxious to see where that's going to take us. So, Earl Nightingale, he said that our rewards in life are in direct proportion to our contribution and our service. So I need you to start thinking about who you're going to share this video with. Comment on this video. Give me some feedback. If you haven't done it, subscribe down on the red bottom, the link at the bottom of the page, the red subscribe button. Share this with a friend, but start thinking about who you're going to ask for forgiveness from, and take that first step. I'm so excited to take this journey with you. You wouldn't believe the change that all this, forgiveness and this positivity has had on me personally, and I'm just so excited to see how that's impacted you. And again, I want your feedback. I'm looking forward to hearing your stories next week, because again, I have something beautiful planned for next week. I actually have a kind of a contest of sorts. So start getting your stories ready, and maybe it's today, maybe it's this weekend, maybe it's next week, but start visualizing and take that first step and ask for forgiveness from that one person, and just see how it just impacts everything around you. Again, Matt Barrier here, Mr. Nobody series. Somebody's counting on you, whether you believe it or not. I'm telling you, share this video, comment on this video, forgive that person that you never thought you'd forgive, and just see God working through that and that positivity. Make it a blessed day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'm just so looking forward to hearing from you and to talking to you next week.